Welcome to Wise Life After 60. So grateful to have you here. Have you ever quietly wondered why all the effort you give in love does not always come back to you in the way you expected? Here is something that may feel a little uncomfortable at first. A man can watch you take care of everything for him, support him through his struggles, remember the little details of his life, make things easier for him every single day, and still not feel a deeper sense of value toward you. May appreciate it, he may enjoy it, he may even grow used to it, but that does not always turn into stronger love, attraction, or respect. I have seen this pattern more times than I can count. It often comes from a good place, a sincere desire to show care and devotion, but somewhere along the way, that giving becomes constant, almost automatic, and quietly expected. And this is where things begin to shift. Because what many men respond to, especially later in life, is not how much you do for them, but how they feel when they are with you. Let's explore that together. If this speaks to you in any small way, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps this message reach someone who might need it too. Things number 1. Heart over help, peace over performance. There was a time when I believed that love grew stronger the more you did for someone. It felt logical in a quiet, almost unquestioned way. If you care, you show it. If you love, you prove it. So I watched many women give in ways that look beautiful on the surface, always attentive, always prepared, always ready to step in before anything even became a problem. But over the years, something didn't quite match up. The more they gave, the less deeply they seemed to be felt. Not ignored, not dismissed, but somehow not fully seen in the way they hoped. What I began to notice was this gentle truth that takes time to understand. Man is not drawn in by how much you can manage or fix or carry. He is drawn in by what he feels in your presence. Something far less visible but much more powerful. It lives in the quiet moments, in the way you respond, in the way you allow yourself to be human rather than impressive. There is a kind of woman who tries to hold everything together so well that there is no room left for real emotion to breathe. She becomes reliable, even admirable, but there is a subtle distance that forms. Not because she is lacking, but because everything feels too controlled, too polished, too carefully held in place. And then there is another kind of presence, one that feels softer without being weak. A woman who allows herself to feel what she feels, who does not rush to hide her worries or her desires, who can sit in a moment without trying to perfect it. There is something deeply calming about that. It does not demand attention, yet it naturally draws it in. I have seen men lean closer to that kind of energy not because it is louder or more impressive, but because it feels real. It gives them space to relax, to drop whatever weight they have been carrying, to feel like they do not need to perform either. Trying too hard to impress often creates an invisible pressure, even when it comes from a good place. But when someone feels at ease around you, when they sense that you are not measuring your worth through what you do for them, something shifts. The connection becomes lighter, but at the same time, deeper. The end, it is not the effort that stays with someone. It is the feeling they cannot quite explain but do not want to lose. And when you begin to loosen that need to give so much, something else quietly begins to change. Things number 2, receive to be pursued, invite, don't initiate. Sometimes, without even realizing it, a relationship begins to feel like something you are quietly managing behind the scenes. Messages are sent first, plans are arranged, problems are smoothed over before they can grow. It feels like care, like attentiveness, like love expressed through action. But there is a subtle shift that happens when one person carries too much of that weight. The connection may continue, but the natural rhythm between two people begins to fade in a way that is hard to notice at first. There is something important about allowing space. Not silence, not distance in a cold sense, but a kind of openness where the other person has room to step forward when everything is already handled, already offered, already solved. There is very little left for him to move toward. And movement matters more than most people realize. Not grand gestures, but the simple act of reaching out, of choosing, of deciding to invest a little more. That process is where attachment quietly begins to grow. Receiving is often misunderstood. It is not about taking without giving back, and it is not about expecting things to be handed to you. It is about being open enough to let someone contribute, to allow their effort to matter, to show that what they offer has a place with you. There is also a difference between creating an invitation and forcing momentum. An invitation feels like warmth, like a door slightly open, like something that can be stepped into. It allows curiosity to build. It gives space for intention to form naturally. Pushing things forward, on the other hand, often comes from a place of wanting certainty, wanting to know where things are going, wanting to secure the connection before it has fully developed. But that kind of control can quietly take away the very thing that creates desire in the first place. When a man feels that he has room to approach, to offer, to show up in his own way, something inside him becomes more engaged, not because he is told to, but because he wants to. Let me ask you something, and I would genuinely love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever found yourself doing more and more in a relationship, only to feel like the other person slowly did less? There is no judgment in that question, only reflection. Because once that pattern becomes visible, it becomes easier to step back just enough to let something more natural take its place. And when that happens, the way he responds begins to tell you everything you need to know. Thing number 3, appreciation. Over-accommodation. No effort, no value. I used to think that keeping a relationship smooth was a sign that everything was working. If there were fewer tensions, fewer unmet needs, fewer moments of friction, it felt like something to be proud of, and for a while it does feel easier that way. But over time, something subtle begins to fade when everything is made too easy. When you adjust to everything, when you quietly shape yourself around someone else's comfort, you may create peace on the surface, but you also remove the need for effort. And without effort, a certain kind of emotional depth never has the chance to grow. A man does not feel deeply connected because everything is convenient. He feels connected when he has reached, when he has tried, when he has chosen to give something of himself and felt that it mattered. There is an old idea that has stayed with me for years. What costs nothing is often valued lightly, not because it has no worth, but because it asks nothing in return. And in relationships, the same quiet truth applies. When everything is given freely, without pause, without space, without any sense of movement toward you, it becomes something he receives, not something he invests in. That is where appreciation becomes more powerful than accommodation. Accommodation makes life easier for him. It removes obstacles, smooths edges, keeps everything flowing without interruption. But appreciation does something entirely different. It shows him that his effort lands somewhere real, that what he chooses to do has meaning, that it creates a response in you that cannot be replaced. And that feeling, the feeling of being able to impact you in a genuine way, is what often draws him in deeper. When he knows he does not have to try, he slowly stops trying. Not out of indifference, but because there is no reason to stretch beyond what is already accepted. But when he senses that your presence is not something easily held without care, something shifts inside him. This is why having quiet standards matters. Not demands, not ultimatums, but an inner understanding that your time, your attention, your emotional space are not automatically available without intention on his part. You do not have to ask for effort when there is room for it to exist. When that room disappears, when everything becomes too accessible, too predictable, too easy to lean on, another kind of pattern begins to form. One that many people only recognize much later. Thing number 4, useful gets used. Convenience isn't chemistry. I remember a woman once describing her relationship in a way that stayed with me. She said everything felt calm, predictable, easy to manage. She was always there when he needed something, always ready to help, always adjusting so nothing would become complicated. On the surface, it sounded like a kind of stability many people long for. But as she spoke a little more, something else became clear. He was comfortable, yes, but not truly drawn in. He stayed, but he did not lean closer. He accepted, but he did not reach that difference. Matters more than it first appears. Being useful can quietly replace being valued if you are not careful. When you are always available, always accommodating, always ready to step in, you create a kind of convenience that feels good in the moment but does not always build deeper connection. It becomes easy to rely on you, but not necessarily easy to feel something stronger for you. Comfort alone does not create chemistry. Chemistry needs a certain kind of space, a gentle sense that something is not fully possessed, not entirely predictable. Needs the feeling that you have your own world, your own rhythm, your own emotional life that does not revolve entirely around him. When that is missing, when everything is always within reach, something inside him settles too quickly. Not in a peaceful way, but in a way that removes the quiet tension that keeps attraction alive. A woman who is always easy to access can be deeply appreciated for what she does, but not always deeply desired for who she is. And that can be a painful realization, especially when the intention was never to lose yourself, only to create closeness. Let me ask you something, just between us. Have you ever found yourself being the one who was always there? Always giving only to feel like you slowly became expected rather than cherished? There is no blame in that, only awareness. Because once you begin to see the difference, you also begin to understand that value is not created through constant availability. It is created through presence that has depth, through boundaries that feel natural, through a life that still belongs to you. When a man senses that you are not something he can simply lean on without effort, but someone he could actually lose, his attention shifts in a way that is hard to ignore, and that shift, more than anything else, reveals what he truly values. When I look back on all of this, it becomes clear that the question was never about whether you were enough. It was never about doing more, giving more, or proving more. Those things may feel like love, but they are not what creates lasting connection. What matters is something much quieter, something that cannot be measured by effort alone. A man does not stay because of everything you do for him. He stays because of who he becomes when he is with you, the way he feels, the way he shows up, the way something inside him comes alive in your presence. And when you begin to live a little differently, not by force but by understanding, things start to shift. When you allow your real emotions to be seen, when you move through life with a sense of calm rather than performance, when you open yourself to receive, and when you hold your own quiet standards, you change the dynamic without needing to say a word. You are no longer trying to earn love, you are allowing the right kind of connection to form naturally. This message resonated with you. Take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you feel comfortable, share your thoughts or experiences below. Someone out there may find comfort in your story. Because in the end, what makes someone stay is not what they are given, but what they feel they might lose.